Alright guys, so I'm back again. It's another day. I didn't get to finish the painting. It actually, before I got to put the clear coat on, it got dry enough, but it actually started raining, so I haven't got the painting done, and it looks like that. It's got it's got dust all over it, and it's looking terrible. So there's no clear coat on it, so I'm gonna have to redo that and finish it off. But that's gonna get done on another day. But today I'm gonna look at changing out this rocker cover gasket. Alright, so we're going to get in there, change the valve cover, gasket seals, because I have a significant leak out the back and it's leaking onto the exhaust covers and we don't want that. We're going to start a fire. Alright, so first I'm going to get this cover off here and probably start taking off any bolts attached to valley covers. We're going to get those, so those might be probably 8 mils or something, but I will figure it out. So first we're going to hit that 1, 2, and then take the cover off, and then we're going to take the ones over the valley covers, over the spark plugs, but we'll get into that and get everything ripped off and changed. Alright, so let's just start pulling everything apart. First we'll get that cover off. Get that cover off. Now let's remove the valley cover for the coil packs. Again, 10 mil. Let's take the valley cover off. Alright, now the cover's off, we can see our coil packs. So right now we're going to undo these bolts that are holding them down, and then we're going to pop them off. Alright, let's go. We got them all 4 out. Now we just wiggle and pop these out individually. And the next one. And alright, let's go hit the 10 mil again, and we're going to take off the bolts holding down the rocker cover, just like I did before. Just crack them. We got this one on the side, we're going to knock that one off. Even do this one, you don't want to drop it down there. Just a long way down to get them out, you know. Okay, so we got the valley cover off, we got the coil packs out, we got all the nuts off the rocker cover. What we have to do now is release all the hose brackets that are attached to the rocker cover, and then we'll pull them off, and then we'll get that rocker cover off. Alright, we're ready to take off that rocker cover, so let's go. So at the moment I'm just prying up from the corners. Wiggle the head of the screwdriver up just slightly, not too much on the head, but you should be able to lift it loose just like that. All we're doing is just trying to slip it in between the gap and then turning. Okay. Get the old one off. Okay. Alright, so we got it off now, so let's go fit all the new seals. Alright, so this is the perma seal kit we're going to be using, and we got this from Repco. Now, I'd say go get these online because $170 pretty much doesn't serve me as far as this being a budget build. And then online, I think they're like $50, yeah. So we're going to be using this gasket seal today, and we're just going to fit it to this. I'm not going to paint it today, maybe at a later date. Let's get all these seals, eh? Alright, so let's go around and pull all of these out and then replace it with the new ones. Yeah, then clean it out, getting ready for the new part. Just cleaning out any oil residue or any type of anything really, grime, dust. Alright, so we've got no new gaskets here. We're going to fit that into all the Reeses. Got those all replaced, so now all we have to do is chuck that back on and the job will be done. Alright, so let's go. Alright guys, so we got it all bolted down now. Now we're just going to put the coil packs back in and put the valley cover over, put the cover back on, and that job should be done. Here. Alright, so we got the rocket cover gasket all changed out and fitted, so hopefully with that all done there's no more leak coming out of the back corners of the rocket cover, so that should be taken care of now, so that's good. Awesome job. Moving on. Alright, so right now I'm actually just polishing out the paint that we just did. Bam. So that's it right there, and at the moment I'm just hitting it with some wet and dry, and then I'm gonna polish the whole thing. I've done the bonnet right now, it's sitting all beaded and shiny, but I'm gonna go over the rest of the car now and polish the whole car. But someone just came in from inside and told me I had a big package, so if it's the parcel I've been waiting for, it's the coilovers. So let's go check the front door and see what's sitting there. We got a few parts turned up for the Honda for the Accord build, so we can go in there and check those out, because the post lady was nice enough to just drop a whole bunch of stuff off today. So we'll go inside and see what we got and get back into that build. All right, let's go. All right, so we're in the lounge. I got a cutty for some stuff, so let's go cut some stuff open. So there's a few stuff there she dropped off today, which is good. All right, we probably don't need to open a few of these. As you can see, there's probably, we got a Gates water pump picture just for illustration, but so I went and bought a water pump because I noticed a little bit of leakage around there. Yeah, so in here, I think the Apple CarPlay replacement everyone should get if you get a Honda, because these are really cheap and really good, and it's a good upgrade. All right, so that's the upgraded head unit that we're going to be putting in that as well. We got a few cheap lights for the park lights, you know, change the colors, bling bling bling. All right, so we got a reverse camera, just a cheap reverse dash camera. Just a simple dash cam, just to make things a little bit more flashy on the inside of the Accord. And then we got slotted brake rotors for the front and new ceramic brake pads. And in this box we have, I went and ordered a cheap intake pipe for the K24. So we have the intake piping, silicone joiners, we got the hose clamps, some really cheap hose clamps, and 3-inch filter in the box. Oi! we've got eBay coilovers. So it's a budget build. We've got the cheapest of the cheap coilovers you can get. I don't really recommend them building for anything that is track related or going to do any type of speeds or anything. But probably for a daily, for a while, you can get away with these. So as you can see, we got some stuff here today, and I'm gonna go chuck this all in the car right now. So let's go, go, go! What the hell? All right, guys, so I've opted to start with installing the head unit and the dash cam. So I'm gonna pull out the old one, stick in the new one. So let's go. So that's the one we're gonna be replacing. That's the one that has to come out. We'll be taking out that whole unit so we can replace it with our new one. And pop that side out. Yeah. Should just lift up now. There we go. So we gotta have a couple of screws behind there. 1, 2, 3. And that's number 3, so those 3 are loose. Only other ones we can find, I can see is through these gaps in here. So I'm gonna try to pop this off and work my way in. Oh, simple enough. Pop that ashtray out. And then there'll be a third one in there. And okay, now with that to the side, we have one in there and one there. When you pull it out, make sure the front door is closed. It makes it pretty hard to pull out when you have it open and it gets stuck under there. All right, so there's 2 more left, I think. So one either side, one here and one over here. So I'm gonna get under there and get them out real quick, and then I'll be back. All right, so looks like we got all the screws out. So possibly we can pull that out now. She's out now, so I'm going to disconnect those plugs and then pull the unit out. Alright, so there we have it. There's the old head unit out. Alright, so we got a whole heap of wiring here, guys. These already come with plug and play cords for this car, so probably be able to just plug them in and away I go, and no splicing any wires. We got the reverse camera, GPS to put in. Just plug it in, install it, and it should go. Alright, so here's the back of our new head unit. What I'm going to do is just start plugging these into those. That's in. So I'm going to go along and plug the rest of all of these cable things in. Alright. And just like that, bam! I've got it all done, and I've got everything plugged in to where it needs to be, including the reverse camera. We got the GPS plugged in here, and everything else, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, all the main plugs, aircon, all the switches we need. So everything's all plugged up, so I'm just gonna put it back in there and put everything back together. Yeah, cool. Alright, so that's in there now. Everything's all clicked in as far as the power and the AC parts. So I'm just gonna tuck the wires behind, drop them down, and click the head unit back in. Alright guys, so got the head unit placed in now, top part on, 2 bolts in from behind holding it in, and now I'm just about to put the ashtray and everything else back in, and then I'm going to feed these all the way to the end so I can install the rear view camera. So almost there, I guess. Alright guys, so check it out. We got the head unit in, and she's looking, ooh, oh, now that is definitely an upgrade to get in these cars. I think it might have run me about $120 odd, but I'll put a price thing up with everything that costs in this build at the end. Also, up here, I've gone and mounted the dash cam just behind the mirror on the window, so it can't be seen when I'm driving. I like the positioning, so awesome. I just had to feed the wires across and under, All right, so we got those two done. Moving on to another job. All right, guys, so we're back here underneath the bonnet because I want to install the intake and pod filter and see what she sounds like. Honda things. So let's go and stick this on and make some noises. All right, so we got the intake pipe and the airbox out. Now let's go ahead and put the new piping in. Okay, put this side up, silicone joiner, start there. Okay, so we got that pipe and figure out where things go. All right, so this isn't probably a kit. It's more like universal piping. So I'm gonna cut this there and I'm gonna just make this piping fit. I might have to extend the sensor wire as well. We'll get to there. Alright, let's see this fitment. Alright, let's button that down and then I'm going to run these hoses. I think I might need to find some more hose. I think I got some around, laying around somewhere, should do. Let's tighten that up and get some hoses on here. So I'll hook up the sensor line. I need to extend it, pull it out, then I'll probably splice it in and then run it to where it needs to connect to under here. And then we take those two inlets and I'll run it to that one and that one, obviously straight into these two. And once that's done, then the intake's done and we can move on to the next one. Sensor reaches, and so does one. Cool. All right, so we got the extended wire in here to the sensor that runs under here to here, and we got this air line plumbed into the inlet. We have one more to fit here that'll reach across to here, or I'll try to make it go under and up, but we have one more to plumb up here. Other than that, everything's done on the intake. Happy about that. So tomorrow I'll get me some more hose and that'll be done. Oh well, doesn't look too bad. It works and she's plumbed up. Actually, I think I might go and paint that a matte black just to tone it down a little. All right, let's go see if she makes some noises. Oh yeah. So that's the head unit. That was crazy. We had some chopping to do on that just to get it to fit, because obviously she's not a made to fit part, so I'm happy about it. She's making all the right noises, so bam. All right guys, so I'm probably going to wrap it up right here. I've got a couple of other things that I have already done to the car that I'll probably go over in the next episode, so tune in for that. And we got a lot of things done today. You know, we got the gasket changed on the rocket covers, so that's good, so we shouldn't have any more leaks going on in the back onto the headers. We got all our packages in, like more than 90% of the packages in. We got the Android head unit fitted and that looks sick. and we got everything connected on that except for the rear view camera, because I don't know if I'm going to wire up amps and subs or whatever, but I think we'll get to that in the next couple of episodes or something, wiring that up. And we also got the intake put on, sounding like a Honda. She makes some noises. She's not a K-tuned or anything intake. She's just the basic 3-inch 90-degree elbow with some inlets, with some vacuum lines, you know, and PCV valve returns for the intake. And we got all that done, so I'm gonna head out for this one. Look forward to the next one in the next couple of days, guys. I'll have that one out. Probably look at doing the suspension and then all the remaining things that we have to do as far as sticking stickers, window banners, I think, and putting the rims on. And also, if you're still here, thank you very much for watching everything, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Really helps us out, and I'll keep rolling out all the content. So that's it for now, and we'll see you in another couple of days with the rest of the parts on. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace!